in the chat box right now. Now, all you got to do is divide that by your commission, right? And it's literally that simple. You can scale with multiple other offers for free. Here's another one, $112 commission, $137 commission per sale, right? A lot of it is very, very high profit margins, right? It's literally mostly all profit. Scale with multiple other products, and you never have to ship the products or deal with customer service or deal with inventory. Does that make sense? And you got to keep 50 to 95% of the profit. Are you guys getting this? Does this sound cool or what, right? And it's literally that easy. Type in, I can do this in the chat box now if you could see yourself doing this. Now, which one do you think is easier, right? These are literally the two options to starting an online business, right? And I can tell you I've tried everything known to man, and I'm just curious. So which one do you think is easier? The old way, where an online newbie that has no experience whatsoever has to do product research, tech skills, testing products, dealing with suppliers, customer service, creating the sales process, email marketing, sales psychology, shipping logistics, inventory management, complaints and refunds, right? Which is very, very hard and difficult. Or the new way, where you literally have online Jedis like Gary and Rob and their entire system do all the hard work for you, and you get 50 to 95% profit, right? It's literally what Ernesto ended up doing. Ernesto got fired from his job. He literally got fired from his job, and he had no idea how to go ahead and provide for his family, but he knew that this system could go ahead and help him. And you can see Ernesto's best week was 35K. You had Nick, right, who didn't like his job and wanted to pay off his student loan debt. He literally did this, and he made more in 3 days than he makes in an entire month at his job, right? To Angelo, whose friends and family thought he was crazy for doing this online thing and to say, oh no, just keep on doing your regular 9-to-5 job. But to this point, he was like, you know what, I want to go ahead and take my kids and my wife all around the world. And I'm doing this, and his best week was 41K, right? To Derek, who didn't have the tech savviness to go ahead and do this, but he wanted to do this for his wife and his child, right? To now consistently doing $2,000 a day, even though he wasn't tech savvy. Are you guys getting this? Which one do you think is easier? The old way, which is expensive or time consuming, or the new way? The old way or the new way? Or the old way or the new way, or the old way or the new way? Which one do you want? Type it in the chat box. The new way if you are in 100%, right? Because I can tell you what Carolina did, and that was the new way. Let's actually listen to Carolina's story.
The affiliate marketing business model is one I had absolutely no idea existed. I tried many other things. I was about to get into Amazon FBA and so many other businesses. And I'm actually in the real estate business. So when I found out about a model that literally requires no inventory, requires like very little preparation as far as having to get a license, to get a business, or whatever that may be, to discover a model that allows you to be remote, literally remote. I live in Nicaragua, and I'm running, selling people's products, and that's just mind-blowing that you're able to do this with a computer. There is no other business that will literally feel like you have 500 people behind you supporting you at every single step of the way. Their program is just, in one word, amazing. I had sales immediately.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I had about 40 sales within the first 5 days. It makes you really prioritize what you want in life and really find your focus and find your drive and find what passions you. And it just really justifies that, life is short and you want to be able to spend it with your loved ones and you want to be able to live your life to the fullest. And you're not going to do it behind a desk at a 9-to-5 job. It's just the reality. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Really, it's been great. It really has.
In the first 4 to 5 days, she had all of those sales guys. All of those sales. Can you imagine that? Like, where else can you go where you could literally just turn it on and you get sales coming in for products that you don't even have to ship or create yourself? Are you guys getting this? And you're going to find out why it's so fast later on. But is this something that you could see yourself doing? Type in I'm all in the chat box now if you are seeing the bigger picture. Are you guys getting this? And again, Carolina is from Nicaragua, so you could do this from anywhere in the world. Are you guys getting this? Right? So let's actually go over step number 2, how to use AI systems to get a mountain of profitable traffic at a fraction of the effort. Now here's the thing. There is one specific kind of ad that is dead simple and completely untapped, right? And that's YouTube. Now you don't have to show your face on camera. You don't have to make a bunch of videos, right? I'm talking about YouTube ads. You know those things that play before the cat video that you watch and it's like 3, 2, 1, skip ad? The reason why people are making money fast within their first, 24 hours, even the first week, is because they're using YouTube ads. Where instead of them having to create an audience, they literally put themselves in front of YouTube's millions and billions of users. Does that make sense? Now, why YouTube is the easiest and the best is anyone can start and set up a video ad in about 5 minutes. That is so simple, my grandmother could do it. And all you do is pick a topic and Google will do all of the hard work for you. And Google's machine learning is so advanced, it will find the profitable traffic pockets for you extremely quickly, making it ultra simple to make money even when you're starting off at smaller budgets. Does that make sense? Now, YouTube is the second most visited website on the internet, only behind Google. Yet way fewer people are advertising there, so competition is much lower. And did I mention their AI machine learning algorithms are so good, they find you the profitable traffic for you fast. That's why people are able to make 20 sales in 5 days or 100 sales in the first 30 days, right? Or being able to go from 0 to 30 grand a month in 5 to 6 weeks. It's because of Google's AI machine learning. And you don't need to be an expert. The AI systems do all of the hard work for you. And if you think you can't make videos, you are dead wrong, right? It's so easy right now. You don't even need a camera. You don't need a microphone. You don't need to be in the video. You don't need any software on your computer, and you can have a profitable video for YouTube ads in 15 minutes or less. Are you guys getting this? Now let me actually show you how. Remember Ilio that hit 31K per day? Remember, he did it with YouTube ads, right? So you could see on one day he made $0. The next day $1,000, then $6,000. Then he dropped down to $2,000 to allow the AI algorithm to go ahead and work. And then it dropped down to $500, right? But then he hit 6 grand, then 4 grand, then $31,000, 24 hours after hitting 4 grand in a single day, right? And it's because of YouTube ads, right? Now, let me show you exactly a type of YouTube ad that people in our community use. Listen to this.
If you wear glasses or contacts, you must see this. A Japanese Nobel Prize winning scientist.
So check that out. 25 million views, and that was made by AI robot voices. Does that make sense? Right? So that's literally how people are making money very fast. They literally just need one simple video just like this, and we're literally gonna go ahead and show you how and give you a bunch of resources as well later on. And that ad is literally put in front of millions, if not billions of people that can actually see this, right? And you don't actually have to build the audience. They're already there. They're already hanging out on YouTube. You literally just gotta put them or this video in front of those people. And then you send them through our proprietary 3-step formula, which we're gonna go ahead and literally reveal to you very shortly, right? And then you get paid for products you don't have to ship. Does that make sense? How many of you guys can actually see yourself doing something like this? You never have to show your face on camera and you could actually make money. Because the way he does it is very, very interesting. I mean, most of it is done by AI systems. The voices are AI voices. Basically, all you have to do is upload a script and the software does most of the rest of the hard work for you. If you can follow super basic instructions, you can have your first video ready in under 15 minutes with zero tech skills required whatsoever. And it's super fast, easy, and even fun to do. I mean, just check out Greg's story, right? Greg was in the same boat. He was 58 years old and he was like, you know what? I'm not that creative. I don't know if I could go ahead and do this. But he was able to go ahead and hit his first $1,000 day. And 1 week later, he scaled to $8,000. Like, what other business model can you go out and do and go from $1,000 in a single day to $8,000 in just 7 days? That's how powerful YouTube ads is. Are you guys getting this? Now, he's a widower from Australia, father of 2 sons and 2 daughters, has gone through a lot of financial hardships in his life. He says, I'm not a creative person in any way, shape, or form, but was surprised the tech setup was easy and creating video ads was actually fun, and had his first $8,000 day within 4 to 5 weeks of just getting started. Now he regularly earns $25,000 weekly checks. Are you guys getting this? And at the end of the day, it wasn't that hard to follow the bouncing ball. Build the videos and away you go. And it takes no time at all to put the ad up. And you just sit back and wait and don't touch anything. And again, Greg went from $1,000 a day to $8,000 a day just 1 week later. Or Les Denton, when Les experienced her breakthrough, she said that first week took me from 0 to $19,000. And when you have that type of money coming in, the type of change you can make for people is incredible. It's like I was giving myself permission to live again, to come back to life. Les went on to pay off her mortgage in cash using affiliate commissions, and later that year, she bought a second home paid in full. She literally wrote them a check with her affiliate commissions. Les is a shining example of our community. And again, that first week took me from 0 to 19 grand. Now, even if you just got 10% of Les's results, right? That's still 0 to $1,900 in 7 days. If she can do it, why can't you? And why not right now? And you literally have Bonnie. When she first started at 62, she didn't even own a laptop, much less know how to actually use it. All the other ways of making money online seemed way too complicated, and she constantly felt overwhelmed and had no idea where to start. But because she was able to stick to these 3 simple steps, she was able to go and make $160,000 in 90 days and continue to reach the #1 super affiliate position in all of ClickBank, allowing her to pay off both of her daughter's student loan debts. And again, at 62 years old, 160 grand in 90 days. Even if you failed completely and only got 10% of what Bonnie, a 62-year-old grandmother, made, That's still 16 grand in 90 days. Are you guys getting this? Now, how many guys wouldn't mind an extra 16 grand in 90 days? Type in I wouldn't mind in the chat box right now. And let's actually hear Bonnie's story.
I always felt like I had an important role when I worked for IBM, when I worked for corporate America. And when that was stripped away from me, I really felt, a loss there. I had spent $70,000 over 6 years on other programs that did not make me any money. And but that was the beauty of this program. I knew immediately that it was brilliant. It took me about 3.5 months before I had my breakthrough. I took the leap of faith when I found my winning ad, and it changed my life. Once I got to that point, Gary, I was making at least $5,000 profit, up to $17,000 profit on the weekends, and it was incredible. We're just a repository of data. There's probably no other mastermind anywhere, because of all the collective knowledge, the collective data that, we know it's working, we know it's not working.
Did you see that? Right? $5,000 to $17,000 profit on the weekends, guys. Right? And again, all this is only possible because of advertising. Are you guys getting this? You don't have to build an audience. You literally go ahead and put yourself in front of an existing audience. Are you guys getting this? Does this make sense? Now, how many of you guys want the software they use to create these video ads? Type in I do in the chat box, because again, for those that qualify and stay until the end, we're literally going ahead and sharing with you, revealing you how to go ahead and access this software, right? So step number 3, how to build an automatic profit machine in under an hour with the help of AI. So it's literally 3 simple steps, again, in under an hour. You just need the video, the splash page, and the money offer. Now, the money offer, it's important to choose the right money offers to promote, because they will do all of the hard work of turning your traffic into profit in your pocket. The best thing you can do is to know someone who knows which offers are most profitable right now, and choosing the right offer doesn't take much time when you know the right people to ask, literally 5 minutes. And then you have the splash page. The splash page also needs proper sales and persuasion tactics, but this is easy because we use the same templates for every splash page. As long as you include the most important elements, the splash page will work fine and make money. The main thing is to be consistent and use templates that have already been proven to work, right? And with the proper templates, anyone can build a good splash page in about 10 minutes with 0 tech skills. So think about a splash page as like a 1-page website that you don't need any skills to go ahead and create, as well as the video. Creating the videos is now easy with AI tools. You need a script that has proper sales and persuasion tactics included. Through a lot of testing, Keegan has discovered exactly what works best with video scripts to make you maximum profit. And all of the beta testers have used Keegan's scripts templates to achieve success. Does that make sense? And the script is the #1 key to success. Every other step in the profit machine is easy if you have a good video script. Does that make sense? Right? All you need is one good video script and everything else is easy. Now, important, with the help of AI tools and the right script, you can easily make your first video in under 30 minutes with 0 skills or creativity required. And all it takes is one good video to experience all of the results you've seen from our 15 beta testers. Does that make sense? Right? And thanks to AI video tools, all you need is to get one good script, is to make one good video is the right script. Are you guys getting this? Right? Because let's actually go over Francisco's not so overnight success story, right? He literally didn't have much cash, but he had loads of hustle and heart. Because that's the thing, right? When you go ahead and run ads, you go ahead and need to go ahead and spend money for ads. Well, he didn't have much money, right? But he's from Chile. The average monthly salary is $500, and English is his second language. And he had to overcome cash flow issues and even banking issues. But his hustle was building and selling concrete dumbbells to raise money to then run his AI-powered funnels, right? So after doing that, he was able to go ahead and start running ads with the money that he made just selling concrete dumbbells, right? And check this out, his first sales, just like that, $280. To 10 days later, $1,000 profit days. Again, 10 days later from just getting started profiting $1,000 profit days because he was running advertising. To then 44 days later, had his first 4K day. And then 6 months later, had his first 4K day, 10 days behind schedule of his goals. And you can see the goals that he written out there. He would always look at them and visualize them every single morning, right? And then he had his first 15K day 6 days later from that. He tripled his 1-year goal 6 months ahead of schedule. So you can see that he scaled from $300 a day to $15,000 a day just 6 days later. Again, this is only possible when you run advertising. Does that make sense? And YouTube ads is so much easier to go ahead and do. Now, this is literally how he did it. He sent the customers through our proprietary 3-step profit machine system to get random strangers on YouTube to buy the products that we don't even have to create like crazy. It's exactly how our students were able to grow to $1,000 per day, starting with only $20 to $50 per day budgets. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but guys, you're gonna see why this is a lot more doable than you actually think, even if you don't have the money to go out and get started right now. Now, here's how all of our students were able to go to $1,000 a day in passive income, starting with only $50 budget per day, right? Now, here it is, okay? Literally what it is. You literally start running ads. So the budget that we recommend is running $50 a day budget, right? Now, a lot of people are like, well, Mike, I don't have the money to go ahead and do this. Guys, the hardest part is just building up to that budget. So setting up a budget every single month to go ahead and spend on ads. Because what you do is when you buy the traffic and you put yourself in front of the right people, that's how they go ahead and find you. So the reason why people are able to scale so fast is because they buy their traffic and they put them in front of people that are already hungry, right? So everyone, even Chile, Francisco from Chile, where the average income is $500 a month, started with $50 a day budget, right? So that's what people go ahead and either build up with their savings, or they go ahead and, for example, put it on their credit card. Many of these people that don't have money, they just need to find a way to go ahead and have a $50 a day budget to go ahead and spend on ads. Okay, that is literally what we recommend, and that's how people are hitting $1,000 a day fast with this system. Okay, starting with a $50 a day budget to go ahead and test, right? So when you start with $50, right, and you just get one sale, you then make $90 profit from the profit machine that we've just showed you, right? Now, the coolest thing is you don't have to do any shipping, handling, or customer service. That $90 profit just goes straight into your bank account. So once you start finding a video script that works, right, and you start profiting, you don't have to spend $50 of your own money anymore, because now you could use the profit from your business. Does that make sense? So then what you do is you reinvest the $90, you make 2 sales, so it's $180 profit. You then reinvest that, you make $360 a day profit. You reinvest that, you make $720 in profit. You reinvest that and you make $1,400 in profit, right? So when you see people go from $0 to $1,000 to $8,000 in 7 days, it's because they're buying the traffic. Does that make sense? Are you guys getting this? Now, this is a really big shift that I had, because I remember when I first started running on ads, I was like, what? I have to spend $50 a day. And I was scared, man. I was scared because I'd never done advertising before in my life. I was very, very scared. I was overwhelmed. And I was just like, oh man, I'm going to lose all this money. But that was a limiting belief that I had to break, because the only way to make money is to spend money. Now, if you don't have $50 a day, you need to find a way to get $50 a day. It could be either from a side job. You could literally go ahead and do what Francisco did and start a side hustle to go ahead and build up the cash flow. He sold concrete dumbbells in Chile, guys. Other people go ahead and like get a credit card to go ahead and do this, but you need to find a way to get a $50 a day budget. Because when you find a winning script, the more you spend, the more money you make. Does that make sense, right? Because if for every $1 that you spend turned into $2, literally how much money would you try spending on a daily basis? Right? Like how much money would you try spending on a daily basis? If you literally find out all of our customer success stories, their biggest challenge is like, they just want to know how much money they could actually spend, because the more they spend, the more they make. Does that make sense? I mean, look at Gabe's story, right? He literally was averaging $100 days, and he was like, okay, I just want to make more money. So what did he do? He spent more money, right? He started off with a $50 a day budget until he was profitable, and then he just took the profit from his business and he started scaling that way. And look, he went $100 a day to $1,000 a day, to back to $700 a day, to $300 a day, because it fluctuates throughout the days. But then once he found the right video ad, look at this, $300 a day to $1,500 to $3,000 to $7,000 and then to $15,000. He literally scaled from $7,000 a day to $15,000 a day. Why? Because he just spent more money on advertising. Does that make sense? Are you guys getting this? Right? And again, you just need a $50 a day budget to get started. And again, he's a father of 6 kids from Salt Lake City, Utah, did all kinds of jobs from door-to-door selling to manual labor, you name it. He knew none of these jobs would bring generational wealth and had a tendency to overcomplicate things. But Keegan's profit machine system made it so much simpler, right? And I admit that when it comes to online courses, I have a tendency to overcomplicate things, thinking I have to put my own spin on it. I tried that route, and only when Keegan advised me it's about following his formula and script templates and making it simple on myself is when I started seeing my results. And they came quickly after that. I found a winning campaign that scaled in only 5 days, hit my first $1,000 a day. Guys, and again, he literally did that because of YouTube ads. You can throw up a campaign, and in 1 to 2 days, you know if it's a winner or not, because instead of you creating an audience or building a list, You just buy the traffic from someone that already has it, which is YouTube. You don't have to waste weeks or months like on other ad platforms. Within a few weeks, I hit my first 5-figure day. I've never had this much success at such a rapid pace before. I've been at this for only a couple months. It's so incredible to wake up each morning, checking my stats and feeling I'm finally on track. How many of you guys wouldn't mind waking up every single morning and realizing that you woke up with more money than you went to bed with, right? How amazing would that be? Are you guys getting this? Now let's actually meet Ernesto's story.
I come from the IT industry, the telecommunications industry. I worked there for about 22 years. I went on a vacation to Chicago to run a marathon, and when I came back, my boss told me I was fired, and it was the first time it happened in my career. I knew the family depended on me. After so many months of setbacks, of failures, of not finding a regular job or not being successful with my e-com, I was developing internal fears. I felt I was completely failing to my wife because I felt the situation was too hard for me. I realized I could still make a change in my life. June 2018, when my wife saw an email from ClickBank, I got excited about it, and we both saw your presentation with Rob. We started running ads. I started to make success. One sale here and there, that gave me confidence. That's when I achieved my breakthrough. It felt like magic, far beyond my initial expectations.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Gary.
I appreciate you sharing your
Thank you very
story.
much, Gary.
Get in there.
How amazing is that? You know, it's so cool to actually see Ernesto do that, because it resonates with me really a lot, because my parents were immigrants from the Philippines. And to see the fact that he was struggling, that he lost his job, that he literally had no other opportunity but this to actually go ahead and work, and he was able to go ahead and make it happen for himself. You know, it just shows you that, like, seriously, if they were able to go ahead and do this, what is stopping you, right? What is stopping you? And the biggest thing is literally just taking a leap of faith to actually trying it for yourself. Does that make sense? Now, again, how much time does this take? 30 minutes per day. Literally, our top students just started with 30 minutes per day. And how do I get paid? Literally equally, either weekly, by check, or direct deposit. And you could go ahead and choose. Now, I want you to think of every way that you are currently trying or have tried to make money online. Now, do you think that doing this instead of what you're currently doing is likely to yield a better result? Now, are you willing to promise me that you'll do this instead the next time the situation comes up? Do you swear to me? Do you pinky promise? Type in "I pinky swear" if you are serious in the chat box right now, right? I pinky swear, I pinky swear, I pinky swear, I pinky swear. Now again, here are student results with the system. I mean, Corey hit 1K per day, Marco 1K per day, Fabio 1K per day, Keegan 1K per day, and then way more than that. Jonathan 1K per day, Tammy 1K per day, Derek 2K per day, Nick 6K per day, Henry 9K per day. All of this was because they use the system that you literally have seen so far. Does that make sense? So you literally got to choose. Do you want to do this by yourself, or do you want to just piggyback on the major trend and use a system that works? Type in "I piggyback" if you are ready to go ahead and just implement this system right now. And again, common questions. Do you need to be in the USA? No. Do you need a big budget to get started? No. You just need $50 a day. Do you need to be tech savvy? No. You can skip all of the common problems with most online business models, because we've been constantly perfecting and updating the system over the past 12 months to make it the simplest and fastest way to grow online big time with the lowest risk and highest profit potential. And it's literally brand new this year and better than ever. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you guys enjoying this so far? Type in "I'm enjoying this" right now in the chat box, right? Because thus far, do you feel comfortable harnessing the power of these simple techniques to make some extra money today? Type in "yes" in the chat box. Are you happy you came to the webinar today? Type in "I'm happy that I came" in the chat box. Now, do you realize the advantage you have in the market by using these cutting edge techniques to make money? Type in "yes" in the chat box. Can you see yourself using what I've showed you to make an extra $5,000 per month in your spare time? Type in "yes, I can see myself doing it." And you've literally seen people go from zero to $30,000 a month in 5 to 8 weeks, guys. Now, even if you just use a tiny fraction of what I showed you, would you say our time was well spent today? Type in our time was well spent. And would you like to spend even more time together, going even deeper and further on how to make more money while working less time? Type in hell yes in the chat box. And let me ask you another question. Are you ready to take this to the next level? Who here actually wants to go ahead and take what we've shown you and take this to the next level? Type in me in the chat box right now, right? Because now is the time to build a life-changing real business. And you literally have two paths. Number one, go at it alone, which is doable. You'll have some bumps in the road and you'll need to do a lot of trial and error. And it will take you longer, probably much longer. 24 months, guys. That's how long it took me to earn my first $100,000 online while working a 9-hour day job that I hated, getting up at 4 a.m. every single day to build my online business through trial and error. To 6 to 12 weeks, the time it takes our most dedicated students to hit $100,000 a year run rates when nothing else would work for them, right? And you see Nick, right? You literally saw in the past 12 months, 500 grand. Ernesto, 466 grand with ClickBank paychecks so far. Ellie, who literally had an unplanned pregnancy, right? So nothing screams poor timing than having an unplanned pregnancy. In the last 4 months, $49,000. Jonathan Rowell, best say $6,000. Angelo hit 41K. Derek averaged 2K per day. Sam and Raj, two brothers from India, who literally had only $200 per month to go ahead and do something like this, that was able to go ahead and scale to 350K their first 3 months, averaging $2,800 per day, which is over $1 million per year, guys. It's literally just being able to follow in the footsteps of people who have already done what you want to do is one of the fastest paths to success. Are you guys getting this? Does this make sense? And again, you can start building a real online business today. It doesn't matter if you're doing affiliate marketing in the past, Kindle, selling on Amazon, real estate, info products, AdSense, multi-level marketing, CPA, brick and mortar, or working a 9-to-5 job. It doesn't matter what you are currently doing right now, you could do this as well. And we've literally sold millions online over the past decade. But what really inspires us is to keep driving forward at the cutting edge of online business is helping amazing people like you getting life-changing results. And hearing heartwarming messages from students never gets old. I mean, our students have sold tens of millions of dollars online over the past couple of years. And every single person that you see holding up a sign was someone just like you on a training just like this that took a leap of faith and now make over $1,000 a day, guys. And again, you literally have less. I paid off my mortgage in cash. Then I bought my second house without selling the first one. I wrote them a check. Nick, my entire life I never had any money, but I wasn't going to let that stop me from hitting my goals. With this system, I was able to hit my first 6-figure month milestone. Ernesto, I can't believe I was afraid to lose money with this. My best week with this system was $35,000. You have Angela, I had a 13-day spree of $87,000 in sales with the system. Derek, I was afraid I did not have the ability to succeed when starting off. With this system, I was able to make $237,000 in sales last year and spend more time with my family. Ellie, with an unplanned pregnancy coming up, the timing was not the best, but thanks to the system, I was able to hit my first 1K per day. Bonnie, I was the worst with computers, found them intimidating, but because of the system, I was able to pay off both of my daughter's student loan debt. Raj, we were living off of only $200 per month for the entire family. With this system, we brought in 350K in sales in 3 months. It works for anyone, guys, and all you have to do is follow the proven formula. Are you guys getting this? And we want you to be the next success story, and we're certain you can do this. That's why we put together a complete package of training, tools, handling support, and for the first time ever, we're actually doing it for you. We're giving you everything you need to change your life with this business starting today. That's why I'm so happy to introduce you to Profit Singularity. It's a step-by-step complete beginner's formula for how complete beginners can go from zero to consistent $1,000 days in 8 weeks or less while working only 30 minutes per day. How awesome does that sound? And here's what Profit Singularity will literally do for you. Unlimited family time to do whatever it is that you want. A secure retirement. How much money do you actually need to retire? The commissions could go ahead and pay for it. Be your own boss and work from home without an alarm clock. Or maybe you want your wife or husband to be able to quit their job. You could give your kids or your future kids the opportunities that you never had. And you get the financial freedom you've always wanted, the location freedom to be where you want to be, and ultimately time freedom to live life on your own terms. Does that make sense? And everything that we've discussed so far is only phase number 1. In your first 8 weeks, you'll see how students were able to go ahead and do this, right? With the new way that you've seen all of these people able to go ahead and do it, taking 50 to 95% of the profit without any of the risk with traditional online businesses. Does that make sense? And we'll literally guide you through the system. Game changer number 1, the pre-launch training blueprint. The top secret recipe that shows you how to build an insanely lucrative business in under 60 days. Everything you need to know from A to Z to get started fast. Now, this is your key to the other side, and it's how you can start experiencing the same success and freedom as our super affiliate mentors and students. Phase number 1, injecting cash flow. How to go from $0 to $274 a day in 60 days. Phase number 2, income automation. Leverage ninja tactics to double, triple, or quadruple income all while working less. Autopilot income. Phase number 3, strategic expansion. Focus on scalability and turning your lucrative business into an empire. This is valued at $29.97. To game changer number 2, the $1 million advertising psychology formula. Get access to our swipe file of ads that have been used in actual winning ads, including ads that have generated millions in sales. Now, these are actual $1 million ads. See exactly what's already been proven to work. No one ever shows you this kind of stuff, and get the exact ads that have already sold millions, okay? The $1 million advertising formula has costed us over $200,000 to develop, and this is valued at $49.97. Are you guys getting this? To game changer number 3, creating your $1 million ad system. How anyone can create $1 million ads even if you have no experience. Hit a run rate of $500 a day revenue in the next 60 days with just this formula. How to turbocharge your advertising setup so you can start seeing income in as little as 48 hours of being live. Again, this is valued at $99.97. We've invested $75,000 in testing to create the system. To game changer number 4, the ultimate pre-sale master training. How to leverage mini AI robots to do all the selling for you that works without your permission. Copy and paste our pre-sale techniques that are already proven to get complete newbies from $0 to $1,000 a day run rates without the need of technical skills. The complete manual for selling products online without you having to do any convincing, which is perfect for introverts, helping you get results faster and easier, and this is valued at $24.97. To game changer number 5, launching your $1 million ad blueprint, our hand-holding system that requires zero tech skills or creative skills to launch. This simple process our students use to effortlessly manage their advertising without spending much time on their laptop. How to launch ads without the confusion or intimidation that normally comes with a new business idea, and how to become a master at advertising without losing any money. This blueprint saves you time, eliminates costly errors, and makes you money. This is valued at $997. To game changer number 6, testing and scaling system, our 30-minute per day system to hitting your first 6 figures online. How to turn $5 into $1K per day side hustle without the intimidation and confusion that comes with advertising platforms, and how to create evergreen advertising to give your long-term stable and reliable income for years to come. Removes all of the risk and makes you more money. This is valued at $29.97. To game changer number 7, the next level accelerator, the complete blueprint to even how grandmothers with no tech experience break $1,000 days in under 42 days. How to make more money in your spare time than you did working full-time at a job. How to safely scale to the next level without the risk of losing money. And how to grow a business without having any business experience. You're gonna scale, profit, and relax. And again, this is valued at $19.97. You get all of this and access to this and more with Profit Singularity. And again, the results with this system have been insane. But what's coaching really worth, right? I spent $5,000 to go to dinner with Gary. One dinner with Gary cost me $5,000. Gary charges $15,000 each year for students to attend a weekend of coaching in a small group in Bali. Our panel of super affiliate mentors like Keegan and Chris are already earning tens of thousands of dollars per month from this, and they could easily charge $5,000 per month minimum. And you're getting access to all of this and more. Does this make sense? Are you guys getting this? And what it costed us to develop this was over the past 18 months. I mean, 200 grand alone for the $1 million pre-sale center, 75 grand for the $1 million swipes, 57 grand for the pre-launch blueprint, 150 grand for the testing and scaling system. It took over $482,000 of our own money. And this does not include hundreds of thousands of dollars that we personally spend and over 2 years of testing, hundreds of hours that we've spent developing this. Does this make sense? Are you guys getting this? So would you rather do things on your own, which could cost you a lot? Or would you rather take the system and just leverage the fact that we've already spent all of the money testing and giving you all of the tools that you don't need to go ahead and build yourself? You could just copy and paste. This is extremely limited. Our personal time is being invested supporting members. We have an amazing team of coaches, but our time and our coaches' time are very limited. We have a limited number of money-making products, and we can't bring in thousands of members. The spaces will fill up fast. Are you guys getting this? And we will shut down when we hit capacity, just like we always do. Does this make sense? And we have no plans to ever reopen. This will not be available for long, and we have not reopened any of our last 2 training programs. When the doors close, they are closed. And this has the potential to change your life, so do not miss out on this. Does this make sense? Now, this is immense value, but you won't have to pay $18,000. You won't have to pay $14,000. But let's just hypothetically say $9,997. If all this did is allow you to clear your debts and pay off your rent and mortgage every single month would this be worth investing $99.97 for? Right? You could see for people that went from $0 to $30,000 a month, where you literally saw someone like, for example, Les, pay off both of her mortgages, as well as buying a second house in cash or the commissions. For her, it was 100% worth it. Or if all this did is set you up for comfortable retirement, would it be worth investing $99.97 for? For Bonnie, it was, right? She literally went from 0 to 160 grand, right? How many guys would put down $99.97 today if you knew 90 days in the future you would see 160 grand in your bank account, right? Or if all this did is give you an extra $5,000 per month for the foreseeable future to do what you want, to travel around the world, would it be worth investing $99.97 one time today to go ahead and do that, right? 100% absolutely. That's what I wanted. I didn't care about making millions, guys. If I could just make $5,000 a month, I could travel around the world. I could go ahead and already do all of these things. I could go ahead and live in Asia if I wanted to. I could go ahead and just literally take my family around the world and live in cheaper areas. All I cared about was making $5,000 a month, guys. And with this system, it's way more easier than you think. Are you guys getting this, right? And what's one successful video ad worth to you? Just one successful video ad. Is it worth $3,000 a month? $10,000 a month? More? One of these video ads, people in our community have made tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds and thousands of dollars with just one successful video ad. Are you guys getting this? How much would you pay to just get one perfect video ad? When you see the success stories of people going from $0 to $30,000 a month in 5 to 8 weeks, it's because of just one video ad. Does this make sense? Are you guys getting this? Because here's the reality, right? We can agree that if you had a time machine and could go 8 weeks in the future where you already had just one video ad bringing you 6 figures profits online and you could see it firsthand, you would have no issue and no problem putting down $99.97 today if you knew your future with that type of certainty. Now, would you? But it doesn't work like that in the real world, though, does it? Well, today it actually does, because this is really ridiculous value. But you won't have to invest $99.97. You won't even have to invest $49.97. The total investment for the general public when we launch is 4 installments of $9.97 or 1 installment of $34.97. But because you've been with us for the past 60 minutes, and I know how serious you are in investing in yourself and in your future, when you sign up on the special link below, we will knock off one of the installments so you can get started today for just 3 installments of $9.97. But in fact, when you sign up today, you could get started for less, right? With a $494 discount with an instant payment option of $24.97. And all you gotta do to get access to this is go to the link below, which should pop up right now, make your investment and get started, right? But Mike, what if I lose money? I don't know if I could go ahead and do this. Well, what if we give you something better than a money back guarantee, where not only do you have the ability to go from 0 to your first $1,000 days in the next 8 weeks or less, right? Not only do you be able to go to do that, but we literally remove all of the risk for you, even the $50 a day that you have to go ahead and spend on ads, right? With the new way that literally brought all of these people, all of these crazy results, right? Where you literally have Ernesto, who lost his job, guys. He had no money coming in. Literally has to still go ahead and spend the money on ads. But even though he didn't have a job, had no money coming in, was still able to go ahead and hit 35K, right, in a single week. To Nick, who made 6K, like made more in 3 days, like with this than his job. To Angelo, who now made more in like literally 1 week than he did in several months at his job. To Derek, who was able to make 2K per day. And what we are literally giving to you is our 90-day no competition profit guarantee, and how we can literally legally guarantee that you will build a successful online business. So even if you're spending $50 a day, right? Even if you go ahead and invest in this system today, right now, how no matter what happens in 90 days, we can literally guarantee that you will not lose money, right? Now, again, we've talked to our lawyers, we've talked to our attorneys. We can literally go ahead and do this, but because this information is so valuable and we do not want this getting out to anybody else that's outside of our community, to get access to this competition profit guarantee, step number 1, what you need to do is you need to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, to promise that you won't share this valuable information with anybody else. You could share it to your husband, your wife, or maybe a business partner, but anyone else out of the Profit Singularity community, you have to promise that you will not share this. That is why you have to go ahead and sign an NDA, right? And step number 2, in exchange, we are going to guarantee that you will be profitable with this system in the next 90 days, okay? And if for some weird reason you can't succeed in 90 days, If for some weird reason you're spending $50 a day, right, and you spent the money and you invested the money in the system and you still can't find a way to make money, if for some weird unforeseen reason you cannot make money in the next 90 days, right, you literally have two options. Option number one, a one-on-one personal coach to coach you and make a shift in your strategy to succeed. Or option number two, a total refund of your investment will pay for your ad spend, so that $50 a day that you were spending, oh Mike, I'm afraid I don't have $50 a day to go ahead and spend. I'm afraid of losing that money. We're gonna pay that back and we'll pay you an extra $500, right? We'll literally pay you an extra $500. So no matter what happens, as long as you sign up today and get started, it doesn't matter if you invested the $24.97 today. It doesn't matter if you're spending $50,000 a day on advertising. The worst case scenario, if you cannot make money in the next 90 days, assuming that you literally follow these instructions of signing the NDA and you didn't share this to anybody, if for some weird reason you cannot make money, we are literally going to go ahead and give you a total refund of your investment that you make today. We'll pay for your ad spend and the rest of the cost, plus we'll give you an extra $500. So you actually profited, right? So it's literally no risk. Does that make sense? And all you need to do to qualify is two simple things. Number one, finish your tiny assignments at your own speed, which is what you're already doing. And step number two,